Hey everybody, this is Raz, aka the Casual Deck Tester. This match here, this set, was with Monkey Prots. Sorry if I butcher your name if you see it. Anyways, I am using Chester's Double Barrel Braids deck. So without further ado, let's get this party started. So, I believe I won the first roll, and I think this is going to be a bunch of slow sections coming up. So, okay. Here's my opening hand, okay? Here's what I'm starting out with. I got a Drowned Catacombs, Braids, 2 Mole Drifters, a Rune-Scarred Demon, Braids, the Cabal Minion, and a Distress. If I had one more land, that would have been the ultimate keeper, because this deck... The deck's concept is running off of both Braids, Cabal Minion, and Braids, Conjurer Adept. So, hitting that up a little bit, I think I mulled to 6. I mulled to 6, and I believe I finally kept the hand. But, I had a Preordained, a Crystal Vein, another Mole Drifter, which I could just put on the cheap with one land source, with one more land, an Island, a Haunted Crossroads, which would be good if creatures just started to die on me, and of course that it betrays. So I believe I play first after I finally keep. So I played a Preordained. First things first, I'm playing Preordained straight out. Oh, just to let you know right now, a lot of the other matches got the lead when I fucked up my my cockatrice, so I gotta retest the decks. So if your deck is not called out yet, don't fret. I am retesting as we speak, and just expect there might be a good day that your deck might come up. Just leave a comment saying that you want your deck tested, and we'll do it. And yes, the person who left me a message, yeah, I drew a Grave Titan, but that's not relevant right now. To that person who left me a message on the Salvation, yeah, I saw your deck concept. Put it into the thread and you'll be good to go. To be brutally honest, I'll be happy with that. So it's his first turn, and he plays the Elite Vanguard. It's not a bad first drop if I do say so myself. It's a 2/1, which I'll let you know his deck a little later on, because it really doesn't come relevant. I'm thinking it's just white right now. I don't know if there's any other colors or whatever. I drew my second blue, so Mole Drifter would be coming out on the cheap next turn. Next turn, I could get Mole Drifter out on the cheap. Or I could play Haunted Crossroads, which it'd be fruitless. So, he makes his go, he draws, and he smacks me in the face for 2, so I expected that much. Alright, I go there, I drew another Preordained. So, I play another Preordained. Going back, I should have saw what I saw. So, I scribed for another 2 cards. I don't know what I did. But, checking my notes. You can also check my notes as I see it. I stopped looking at the library, and I put the top card on the bottom, and I drew the Island. So I actually wanted to play the Mole Drifter straight out, or have at least enough mana to play Braids. So he untaps, he draws. And yeah, this is so slow. So he finally plays the second Plains, which he then plays in the Quarter Paladin. So I'm thinking things can get bad if I don't find answers quick. And I take another 2 to the face for the Vanguard. So yeah, I'm stuck at 16 right now. Ending the phase. So ending his turn, I'm down 4 life already. So I draw Braids, Conjurer Adept. This was huge, especially because he hasn't seen this. He's a relatively new player. I have to give him that he did not know what was coming up. So, with that said, here's Braids. Oh, and let the fun begin. Starting his turn, he would be able to bring out something on the cheap. Okay, fine. But at the same token, though, I had a Grave Titan, a Mold Drifter, and a blasted that betrays. So it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time before he was done for. So, looking at his draw, he untaps. I don't think he had anything. He draws. And yes, you can actually opt not to do Braids Conjure the Depths ability. I think you cannot bypass the Cabal minions. So he plays the planes, taps 1, 2. He plays Gather the Townsfolk. At the end of the day, it's 2 white dudes. He didn't have Fateful Hour, so he's not getting 5 white dudes. So, truth be told, 2 1/1 humans are not caught up. I am not scared of them right now. I am not scared of them. So I go into combat, and naturally I'm gonna let that sink in. I'm gonna take 6 to the face because that would not fly a second time. But truth be told, that won't fly a second time. So ending the step, I untap. I put down on my upkeep the Grave Titan. This was going to be bad because at this time I think I was creating my tokens. Sorry, I made a clone of Braids Titan by accident. And destroyed a Braids Titan. I think I wanted to create another zombie. There we go. So, right now, in one turn, I got 3 creatures already out, getting ready to cause mayhem, and I drew a swamp. Oh yes, I drew a swamp. So now the deck is in full bloom. I think I actually hard cast the Mold Drifter. Indeed I did. I hard cast the Mold Drifter and drew 2 cards. I got another Preordained and another Island, so now I can actually do a little bit of prophesizing. But next turn though, I was either going to play the land or that it betrays, so currently right now I'm sitting very pretty. The Mold Drifter came out and did what it's supposed to do. The Grave Titans are just there for reassurance, and the zombies are just going to get ugly. So it's his turn. I'm screwing around just making sure that I can freaking create a zombie. Did he draw yet? He draws a card. He's still not utilizing Braids right now, so going into the halfway point, I'm down half, but now the field's under my favor. Here comes the show. In Magic, you do not know anything until the last card is dropped. So, he ends up stopping. My turn, I untap. During my upkeep, I actually put down it that betrays. So starting now, the fun begins. I draw into a Crystal Vein. I think at this time, it just didn't matter. So I play another Preordained. And he's a little scared. Look at his face, he's a little bit scared. Yep. I got to look at the top 2 cards. Let's see. Was something I liked out of those? I stopped looking. Yep, I did. Distress, actually. So I played another Crystal Vein. Did I play the Distress? Nope. I swung with the Grave Titan and I swung with the Grave Titan this turn, and I believe I created 2 zombies. So I swung with the Grave Titan. That's all I swung with, just to see what he would do. And of course, he wasn't looking to lose all that, so he ate 6 to the face. So a one turn miracle with Braids, and now he is up shit's creek without a paddle. He draws, and he plays a mountain, finally. So I finally found out his second color, which is red. A little late personally now because now I got the field in my possession. Should have smacked him with the freaking Mold Drifter, but I wasn't paying attention. And let me pause this right quick. This is a big play here. Casting malcontents. Okay? When they enter the battlefield, they will deal damage equal to the number of humans you control. At this time, I didn't have this has no counter spells. And he's running 5 humans. So that's 5 I gotta take to the face. Just putting that out there. So I'm a tad bit worried that if I don't wrap this game up, he might find another one and it might just be the end of days. So I untap, I draw since I didn't have anything to play, and there I drew into another Mold Drifter. I decided to evoke this one just to see what I got for the draws. I ended up picking up 2 land, which... What crossed my mind, I had a Creeping Tar Pit, which really wasn't going to do me any good right now. And a Swamp. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Again, late day. So, what was I doing? I declared my attack. I tapped the Grave Titan. I went full swing, leaving the Mold Drifter back. Yeah, I decided to actually do that. And I created 2 zombies. That's right. I just needed to create 2 zombies. So I created... Oh, yeah. I needed him to sack 2 because when that Betray swings, it has Annihilator too. So I think this gets to a part where I told him that he needs to sack 2. And I actually told him, read that it betrays. He realizes the Annihilator too a little bit too late. He's like, oh, like, yeah, Annihilator too. He's like, wow. And whatever, I think, yeah, the Elite Vanguard was going to be mine. I think I let it slide, and I did not freaking... I was really not paying attention at the time. I was so ecstatic that a Quarter Paladin should have been mine. That should have been mine. I would have actually been able to deal 3 damage and pretty much spread the pace up a little bit. And now he says crap because he really realized -6 please, and his whole field got wiped. He draws, and that was game 1. And then I think I went to the point and said that Braids worked for you too. Now mind you, I was being relatively nice. I could have easily just took his creatures and I made him freaking scared to all hell. So this deck got a win so far, but doesn't get the match win. Stay tuned for the second section. Okay? Hold tight. Hey everybody, welcome to game 2. And of course, it's against Monkey Prots, same deck. Of course, you know what's going to happen, so let's get it going. Okay, now, this was my opening hand this time. I had Blast, Sealdred, a Swamp, a Baleful Strix, a Spine of Ishshar, a Cabal Minion, Conjure Adept, and Crossroads, but I had the combo and I had some decent cards to work around. Problem was I only had a Swamp and I didn't have any other sources of mana. So I rolled to 6, and here's what I got this time. 2 Rune-Scarred Demons, a Preordained, a Swamp, and an Island. Now the Preordained would be useful, and I had my first 1-drop. Plus I had a Swamp, so I could work around it. This was going to be a far slower game than I anticipated. So, with that being said, I think Monkey keep, and I actually start and do another Preordained. So my opening hand with Etched, Chester's deck, is Preordained. So I go and start prophesizing, start fixing my deck the way it needs to be worked. And I put the top. I didn't like my bottom card, but I found in the second card was a Shriekmaw. Shriek. I'm just gonna call it Creature Terminate. Shriek, pretty much. Sorry. But with this kind of deck, Shriek Maw is going to come in handy because it gives me a free kill. Since I know his colors are red and white, I'm under the assumption that, yeah, and I told him, you can draw. And I see a Champion of the Parish. This was not going to go well. I had to get rid of that quick. If you played first, you drew first. Yeah, he was relatively a new player. I let him draw his card because you can't bypass a draw. Come on now. So I ended up testing against someone who probably hasn't played this deck, hasn't really played very long. Because I'm looking at a lot of Innistrad stuff. A lot of stuff from Innistrad. So he just got started. So, with the infinite knowledge of me playing from Ice Age on up, I ended up playing a Swamp, and I already knew I did not like the Champion of the Parish. So the Champion of the Parish met an untimely end. Thank you, Shriek. You have done your bidding. Now hit the graveyard. At the same time, I realized that my preordained is still on the stack, which we already know the result. So he's just reading, he kills it, and I still forget about my preordained. Stupid me. And after we go through all the drawing and stuff, he plays another Plains. And he hard casts it. He plays a Gather of the Townsfolk. Pretty much 2 dudes. I'm still sitting on... I picked up a Distress for my last draw. Still sitting on some very big creatures. So I need land now. So he creates his 2 tokens. I go to draw. I picked up a Drowned Catacombs. This was a big play because now I get to see what was going to go on to his next hand. So it also gave me a little bit of time to start thinking of some answers. So I was thinking, untap, tap. Do I want to use it? Yeah, I ended up going for the Distress. Now I haven't revealed his hand. Here's what I was looking at. The Conjurer Closet, which at the time I didn't really care. He didn't have the he had the mana. He could have got the mana, but he didn't have anything for it. He had the Commander's Authority, which this would almost cost me this match. I'm just going to slightly spoil that. But if it was any other player, Commander's Authority would have scared me. Vigilante Justice, which was the more immediate play, because he did have the 2 mountains. So if anything came to pass, he would definitely be causing me some hell with freaking Vigilante Justice. So after seeing his hand, we're going to play. I think I told him Justice has got to go. So there's no justice for you. Love don't live here no more. And I also got rid of the preordained while I was at it too. So he untaps, he draws. He plays a mountain, so he's playing pretty decently. He goes to combat. I eat 2. And he is Conjure Adept. I need 1 more land. So now I'm sitting on Braids. His turn rolls around again. He plays another mountain. And I think he's just going to end up playing... Oh, excuse me. I think he just plays another Gather of the Townsfolk. So he gets another 2 dudes. So that's 4 dudes in my face. And I'm eating 2 from their freaking uncouth swords. So that being said, I draw, and I draw into a reassembling skeleton, which for what I wanted to do right now, I needed to be a damage. I needed to be a sponge. I needed to sponge. I could always bring it back if I felt the need to freaking bring it back, but I needed to sponge it. So he plays his 5th land right now. And I'm down 2 land drops already. I'm down 2 big land drops. And then he plays Commander's Authority. Now, for those who don't know what Commander's Authority is for some of you new players, the older ones you should know better. Basically, it's an aura for a creature. At the beginning of your upkeep, you put a 1/1 white dude. Pretty much it's a reoccurrent. It's basically, if you remember Luminous Angel and cards of the like, pretty much is that kind of concept. A 1/1 white dude with Luminous Angel, I believe was a 1/1 spirit that flew. Again with the Skype. Jeez. And I take another 2 to face. Nope, I block 1. He actually kept 2 away. And I just took 1. And the shell's in the graveyard. So I'm not caring. I get the island on the next draw. So now Braids come out. It was literally just a matter of time in what cards I wanted to do. I really wanted to bring out the Rune-Scarred Demon so I could scare him off. Scare him from not swinging. A Shield End would have really kept me going. And, as you all can see, game start. I think he was overjoyed seeing that. I think I wanted to help him here. He drew. He's like, oops. He realized it. You missed the free play, but you still get the token. Yeah, you can't bypass the token. It's not a may. It's at the beginning of your upkeep, put. So, he had the authority. He had the authority, straight out. He forgot about Braids, so you missed your chance to use Braids when you drew. So pretty much that was just the way it was. Again, and I said that straight out as a hit. That might cost you. Because if he didn't have the answers he needed right now, he was in trouble. So, I believe I blocked... I believe I just... No, I was scared off by his card. I was scared off by his card right now, so I did not want to afford the block and lose Braids. Besides, during my upkeep, I brought out, Sealdred, and then, because it's still the beginning of my upkeep, I was able to play Shriekmaw on the cheap, killing off the Vanguard. So the Vanguard was already done. Everything else is just pretty much worm food now. He's looking at me like, yeah, beginning of upkeep effects. And he's like, oh, never mind. So he realized that was going to be bad. I got a Haunted Crossroads, which... Nope, actually, no, I take that back. I actually play Returning Skeleton on the cheap. I return it from the grave. So, he untaps... He plays the Closet on the cheap. And now you lose a creature. I told him he loses a creature from Sealdred. He draws... And he plays the Quarter Paladin. So he's now at Hellbent status. For those who don't know what Hellbent is, it's an old Ravnica term meaning you have no cards in hand. The Rakdos was big on abilities that had Hellbent. So after that, I wound up going into upkeep. It's upkeep, and yep, there's my first Rune-Scarred Demon. So, I searched my library. What was I getting? Yep. I lost again. He's like, I lost again. I'm like, I think I said you never know. And I think I picked up Cabal Minion. So now it was going to get ugly. This was going to be bad. This was going to be really, really bad. Because now with Cabal Minion in my hand, I tried to give him false hope, but really, it was just about the end of it. It was, and then a Baleful Strix. So I was getting a free draw, a Flying Death Toucher. It is not the, is that the right Strix? Yeah, that might be the same Strix I saw from, Shards of Alara. Baleful Strix. Put it across one. And then I actually played the Haunted Crossroads just to add salt in the wound. And I think I went to combat, and I swung 3 in the face because Shriekmaw has currently Fear, and I did Sealdred, and he didn't want to take any of that. He didn't want to lose any of his advantages, so he just ate it. He did not realize that I still had the Strix, who's doing his duty, skeleton who would easily just chump block, and a demon that's guaranteed to kill something. So he plays and I said lose a creature. Creature lost from Shieldred, and then you need to make another human from Authority. So basically, I told him that you lose a creature to gain a creature. So in retrospect, he could have just sacked the human, made a human, and yeah. I made sure I said make another human. Yeah, Commander, and I reminded him again of Commander's Authority. I was being nice. And then he said, keep an eye out for those. Now, I did not realize what was going on, but he picked up the card. Let me freaking stop that real quick. We're closing the end game. Right here. Cassie's Malcontents. If he had one more human, I would have lost to the Malcontents closet routine. Because it would just blink it back into play, back into the battlefield, and then that would have been 6-6. That would have been game. That would have been game. So he goes to second main phase. He exiles it just to brings it back. I take another 5 to the face, and he realizes that he just lost his match. He didn't have enough to do it. So now that I'm a little irked, I go, and during my upkeep, I actually play another demon. I play another demon while I'm searching, and I have no creatures, so Shieldred's ability is not going to really take effect. But unless he picked up another Malcontents, it was over. Because the next card I would pick up would be the Shriek Maw. So now I would kill the Malcontents outright. So I ended up drawing a card, which was basically a drowned cat, another swamp, I believe. So 1, 2. Yep, I played another Shriek Maw on the. I evoked it actually. I evoked it to kill the Malcontents, and I believe. Yep. Then I played. Then I just came full force. I came in full force. That was 7 right there. The Shriek Maw makes it 9, and Shieldred would make it 15 if he ate it. If he didn't decide to eat Shieldred, and he calls it game because he knows he's about to get roasted. So you should have blocked Shieldred. 4 humans token up, all that. Yeah. I'm telling him he should have blocked. So his next card wouldn't have saved him. He knew he lost, and the next card wouldn't have saved him. So enough said. So testing out against a relatively weaker human weenie deck, a citizens deck, as I like to call it, human citizens, red white. I don't know if this was like a pure victory, but it definitely showed that Etched's idea was really, really unique. It's very good. It does deserve a little bit of praise. So I am Raz, your casual deck tester, and I'll catch you in the next match. See ya!